What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rags to Riches. In the last episode, we built into a new comp and even partnered with some of you guys to try and hit that magical 380 score. Let's see if we hit that here in the episode today. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do remember to like, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into Rags to Riches for the week. So guys, before we get into the results of the video here today, I do want to show you guys all of the missions that we did manage to claim throughout this weekend, and of course this is being the second actually set of missions essence that we have got. Now, the first set of mission essence we got, unfortunately I couldn't record as I was not on my computer at the time, and I think they auto-claimed the rewards, and pretty much we got 100 essence for Alberto Melero getting an assist for Villarreal, and you can see here we managed to get 200 essence from our JPL picks, and this is because McNee and Ravitch scored above their L15. Of course, we'll look at the results of that in a second, but that does mean we get an additional 200 essence from missions, and like I said, we did get 100 yesterday, so I will update our essence count here, and yeah, now we have to go over the results of some of the squads here this weekend. Let's see how we got on. Okay, so it's time to see how we got on over the weekend on Rags to Riches, and I'll be honest, this weekend was a little bit lackluster, so I'm not going to spend too much time on the results here this week. But as you can see in La Liga, again, it continues to disappoint us as we just don't really score anything good anywhere. Yeah, obviously, Carmona was the only one in our gallery really in La Liga that scored well, and everywhere else was pretty poor. And yeah, that's kind of been my story in La Liga. Moving on, looking at Bundesliga. Yeah, the first team, as you can see, pretty much Schmid done well. The rest of them just didn't really do that much, to be honest, and Bahoya started on the bench as well. So, yeah, not really the best for the first team, but the second team did put up a little bit of a fight. However, we did miss out, unfortunately, on the 380 points that we did need, yeah, in order to obviously get that target that we were going for, and that's primarily down to the captain choice here. You know, I sort of live and die by the Bakayoko decisive. I think I did say it in the last Rags to Riches episode. And yeah, at home to a newly promoted side, he's an attacker and he didn't get anything going. And interestingly enough, everyone around him done well. So Nusa, the striker, and Baumgartner, and pretty much everyone done well except from him on Leipzig in terms of midfield and attack. So yeah, unfortunate, but of course we do have another shot in the video here today to hit 380, so hopefully we can do that. Moving on to the other teams then. Now, this one was frustrating, JPL, because we were on for this was going to be my best team this weekend until, as you can see, Kanga and Kadri, Kanga and Kadri both DMP'd. I don't know what happened with the Genk team, but it was insanely rotated. And you can see it's been cancelled, the lineup here, because I was going to get relegated anyway, and I thought I might as well chuck up some of these up for sale to see if they do sell, and of course I'll talk to you guys about that in the business section of the video. But yeah, you can see 100 bomb pretty much gone to waste, really, from Gary, and yeah, pretty disappointing, to be fair. The other JPL team didn't do much. We didn't expect much from this one, to be fair. And the Eredivisie side, both of our forwards started on the bench. One of them came off the bench and scored, and the rest didn't do much. So, kind of the theme of the whole video here today is not much happened until we go to our challenger team, which finally we had a good result in, and you can see we scored nearly 400 points in Challenger with this team, and that is with Atkins starting on the bench. That's right, Arnstad, Freckleton, Mitov and Billing put in a monster performance. We got a pretty good captain choice. Arnstead obviously would have been better, but Billing is a great captain nonetheless. And Atkins, yeah, come off the bench, which at least is something, and did mean we managed to hit the hot streak in Challenger, and of course you guys will see me redeem it after this clip. And then, yeah, the second challenge team was actually really promising as well. You can see here our best possible lineup for this weekend probably would have been Sane instead of Atgun, and then maybe Iredale in there. But obviously, we would have lost out on Arnstad. But in general, Challenger performing fantastically, and now we're on the third streak for Challenger. So we'll be building a lineup today to go for 400 points, and you can see we almost hit it in this weekend. So I'm confident with Challenger. I feel like the players we've picked up are very good. So yeah, we'll wait and see what happens there. And then Contender, kind of the opposite really. We were also going for the second streak in Contender, but just nothing really clicked for them this weekend. And we got another DMP from Pink Hurt, and he would have scored well because the team obviously won 6-0. But yeah, just generally speaking, not the best from Contender, but Challenger done well. And then that brings us on to our spreadsheet, and I'm going to go over a couple of things here because I'm not 100% sure what I have and haven't said on the series because of the international break. Now, during the international break, I did earn 120 essence from missions and £2 market credits. I'm not 100% if I included that in the last video, so I'm just adding it to this one. And you can see this is our takeaways from this weekend. Quite poor, to be honest. We hit the streak, obviously, which is great. Outside of that, we picked up about 800 essence. And yeah, in the next clip here, you're going to see me redeeming some hot streaks. The hot streak has been absolutely smashed in Challenger, and of course that was our second hot streak, or second in a row, should I say. Despite Atkin starting on the bench, Arnstad pulls through and gets us on that second streak. And in today's video, we need to build a team good enough to hit the next streak hopefully. And yeah, this debate has always been a debate for a while here, or the last couple of episodes, should we say. But I'm going to stick to my money. And for those of you guys taking essence, fair play. You know, go for the risk, go for the gamble. It's probably a good thing to do for content to take the essence, but I think I've just got to take the money where I can. During the month of October, I'll be giving away £10 to a lucky subscriber, and if you're a member, I'll be doubling it. All you need to do to enter is click subscribe down below. So with the results of the weekend out of the way, and of course us claiming a hot streak, I do want to update you guys on the business side of the account and let you know what our balances are and etc, and update you guys on what has been happening. So you can see we have about £3 in the budget or the wallet right now, and 1,500 essence. So we do have a craft, which I am going to do after this business segment. However, I do want to update you guys on a sale. Javi Puedo did sell at £1.10, as you can see here. I don't think I included that in the last video. The reason I sold him is because he's injured for a long time, so yeah. And we got Budimir to replace him, as you guys have seen. And with the market credits, like I said, we did get £2 market credits. I did just spend all of them straight away on Diamonde, and I see this as a long-term investment. He's currently injured at the moment. I picked him up for about £4, so it kind of made pretty much. I was looking for buy nows that are about £4, just to use my £2 market credits in this series. And yeah, we use it on Diamonde. You can see he is in the gallery here, and like I said, he's been injured for a while, but he's considered Sporting's best defender. Sorry, so if he does get back into rhythm, hopefully he does well. Or gets back to full fitness, then he could be starting for an extremely good side in Challenger. So I thought, why not pick him up? Because at bare minimum, we might be able to sell him on in the future for maybe more than £2 maybe, or we can just use him because he'll be a good player. So yeah, all in all, that is the business things rounded up. Let's get a craft underway. So it is time for us to craft here on Rags to Riches. It's been a little while since I've crafted on this series, if I'm honest. And of course we are going to be building our midweek lineup, or confirming it after this. So maybe this could help us in some way with our midweek lineup. I'm not too sure. Like you guys just saw, I've got a couple of pounds or pennies, should we say, to maybe help us in that regard. And this is our essence breakdown. Obviously, most of it is All-Star, so probably going to see an All-Star player here. However, we have some JPL and La Liga in there. So, yeah, without any further ado, I don't have any clues or anything like that. I know my camera's blocking that part of the screen, but here we go. Is it going to be a standard, or is it going to be something? Ooh, damn. Special star, one guaranteed star hidden in the mix. Now, unfortunate because I don't have any clues in this series. If it was not my series, then I probably would have, if it wasn't for content, I would have waited for the clues. But of course, I am just trying. Well, obviously, Rags to Riches is all about the content. So maybe if you guys are doing a budget series, I do recommend, or if you guys are doing a budget account, should I say, I do recommend to wait for clues, but of course, this is content's content, you know what I mean? Got to rip it where we can, and I'm going to go with, well, I'm always going number one here on the channel, you guys already know that. So I have to go one really. If I didn't go one, where would I go? I'd probably go here for some weird reason. Alright, let's see. Who's it going to be? Ooh, goalkeeper that doesn't play. And who did we miss out on? Of course, Kylian Mbappé right next to him. That would have been nice, wouldn't it? Oh my god, his scores are incredible recently. But yeah, I'm not too disheartened because, to be honest with you guys, the fact that we can even have an opportunity to win an Mbappe, considering how bad we done in this video, is decent. I think I'm going to return this for Essence though, because I very much doubt he would sell for anything. We can quickly check. Yeah, he's not going to sell, and I don't really think we have too much reason to collect a Sevilla goalkeeper. So let me just have a quick check on our collection side of things, because of course, if it takes us up a percentage or so, maybe we can keep him. But I think we'll probably return him for Essence in this series. Let's have a look. Yeah. Would it take us to the next level? No, we need 110. So, yeah, we are going to return him and get the 200. Of course, unfortunate that we missed out on Mbappe, but yeah, like I said, just the opportunity to nearly get him is great. So on to our midweek lineups. I decided to not sign anyone new for the midweek because our matchups weren't that favourable anyway. But here is our Champions League lineup. You can see Malero might get a shot against Man City, so we threw him in there. I was going to go with Bahoya, the forward, with Riches Ep.10, but he's only 20% on start, so we've gone with Atgun. And yeah, the rest is not that favourable, so I'm not gonna break the bank for this series to try and field a good or better lineup. I'm just gonna put this one out and see what it does. And then in terms of the European leagues, you can see, so this is like the Europa League, the Conference League. Teams actually looking a little bit better, and we'll probably go ahead and lock this team in. I'm pretty confident that this one can probably do something, hopefully. And of course, you guys are going to see how we get on in the midweek in this video. If you are new to Sorare and you want to support a small creator in myself, then I would really appreciate if you use my link in the description down below to sign up. And of course, you'll receive all the best referral / welcome bonuses using the link down below in the description. Thank you. Yes, guys, we are right at the end of the week now, and I'm here to update you guys on the lineups and also just in general about what's been happening on the account in the past couple of days. And yeah, just to update you guys, the wallet is now looking at about £4 to £5, and that is because we have sold a few players and we have bought some players in. And just a reminder, we have about 700 essence, so we're not too far off of another craft, despite the one in this video being quite painful to record. But yeah. So the two players that have left the gallery is Pinker, who is just like Elfsberg centre back that just keeps DMPing for us. So I've just saved myself the hassle and I've got rid of him for £1.10. And we traded Kanga, and the reason for this is because, of course, you guys seen that Kanga and Kadri did DMP and they're both out for a little while. So I decided to just get in a forward from the JPL that is going to play. Probably, not the best trade, but I just wanted someone that was going to play. So we did trade Kanga for Sakamoto. for Westerlo, the Westerlo winger, and the reason for that is because he just has an extremely favourable fixture, and yeah. Before we get on to the lineup builds, I do want to say or round off the midweek stuff that we had going on, as I did discuss earlier in this video. And I do have this 50 essence to claim. I don't know if it's from Rags to Riches. It is from Rags to Riches because that is Mr. All of them are actually Rags to Riches players. So yeah, we get another 50 essence for our troubles. So we will add that to our spreadsheet thanks to Philip Billing getting a goal. And that was what I was about to check, as you guys can see on the spreadsheet. We are yet to fill in the Europeans League result because I haven't looked at it yet, and we're about to look at it live together. I will say the less said about the European Champions lineup, the better. But before we do that, I do need to add the 50 essence before I forget, because knowing me, I'll end up forgetting. There we go. So yeah, it's going to be like a live reveal of how we did in this midweek, and then I'm going to show you guys what we're doing for the weekend. And the live reveal, drum roll, drum roll. Okay, so this, I'll first of all show you guys the Champions League team. Yeah, pretty much enough said. Atgun scored and done well. Everyone else done poorly. So not really much to write home about. Oh, there we go. So pretty much the same with the Europa League team here. Just Billing and Rodriguez actually had a good game for him as well. And to be honest, actually, outside of Aberdeen's defence, we actually done alright. So yeah, I mean, obviously Aberdeen getting smashed 6-0 is not what you want. So yeah, out of interest, how did the other defenders score? Okay, so he actually done, considering he actually done alright, to be fair to him. Okay, so yeah, nothing to write home about, just 500 XP. So we will add that to our spreadsheet. 500 XP. Billing has been doing really well for us in this series. I'm really happy that we've got him. And 332. So yeah, there you can see that is all the midweek stuff rounded up. And now we're going to go over the lineups for the weekend. And yeah, let's get into it. Why not? And we'll start things off as always in La Liga. And you can see here, these are our teams. I do need to actually go over some of them because, for example, Santa Maria has changed his likelihood to start. And to be honest, most of these teams, there's not much choices really. They kind of like for example here, this is a perfect example. Unless we are playing two midfielders in the first team, which we are. So yeah, we might actually just shuffle the pack quickly, and then I'll come back. Okay, sorry about that. We are back. I've shuffled the pack. Not really too much changed, other than we put Abel into the first team and we put Calatea Carr into the second team, which doesn't really make sense, as you can see, because we have a Sociedad defence. So unless that game ends 0-0, this second team is not going to do much. But that is kind of the theme of the entire series or video, I guess, or the lineups really. As you guys know, we kind of sacrificed having multiple good teams in order to just have a lot of teams in a lot of divisions. So we sort of have nearly two in every single competition now, and it's pretty much the same theme of the first team looks good, the second team's awful, but we're going to put it out there anyway and pray it gets something done. So La Liga, I'm really not hopeful. I mean, we never really seem to do anything good in La Liga, so probably more of the same if I'm honest, guys. But Bundesliga, I'm a little bit more faithful in, and I'm really happy with these two sides. Bahoya, he did start in the midweek, so there's a chance he doesn't start again, which would be a bit of a shame, really, considering we are trying to, of course, do the partner up promo with some of you guys. But nonetheless, these are our two teams, and I'm happy with them. And the first team has 90% everywhere, so yeah, hopefully they get us over the line and get the job done. Looking at the JPL, now this is where some change did happen. Like I said, we brought in Issa Sakamoto with an extremely favourable matchup, against Denda, and obviously no Kadri and no Kanga does weaken us a little bit, but Romzas, I like him. He's a good player, so we'll see how it does. And then the second team is horrible, but Yeah, I mean that is what it is, right? Rob Schoofs is a big letdown for us in the JPL because I bought him thinking he was going to be like nailed starter for Mechelen, and of course he transferred, and he's just not getting the game time really at USG. So yeah, outside of him, well, yeah, the team is not that insane anyway. So we'll see how it does. Eredivisie has not been doing great for us, but this is the team nonetheless. Yeah, 20 clean sheet almost definitely won't happen, but we pretty much are rolling that dice every single game week because, of course, we have a lot of 20 pieces. We would usually be putting Damrots in this lineup, however, Damrots I think is injured, so yeah, a lot of injuries for us on Rags to Riches lately, which is making our teams sort of pick themselves, to be honest. And then in Challenger, our only team in Division 1 for Rags to Riches this game week is in Challenger, and I'm very, very satisfied with this team. I'm very confident with it. Hopefully, it does well. Billing in there, we all just seen how well he done. Freckleton, I've given him the armband. I just have faith in him, to be honest. I think he's got a decent matchup and he just seems to score well, whether his team win or lose. So, yeah. And then the second team is pretty much I forgot the name, Bromby, sorry. Pretty much a Bromby clean sheet is the only thing that would make this do anything good. And of course, this team is, well, these are both going for the 400 streak. For those of you guys that might have missed previous episodes. So $25 if either of them hit 400. And I don't think we've hit 400 many times in this series. Let's have a quick look. So we got 396 last game week. Outside of 396, have we ever scored? Okay, that's an all-star, so that's SO7, doesn't count. So have we ever scored 400 with a lineup here on the Rags to Riches? We have in JPL, but aside from that, we have literally done it once in JPL. So hitting 400 is going to be a challenge. Of course, you're going to have to come back to next episode to see whether or not we can do it. And then last but not least, we have Contender. And here are two Contender sides. Again, Contender's been very, very, very hit or miss for us. We've had some really good Contender weekends, some really bad Contender weekends. But nonetheless, these are our two lineups. I'm happy with them both. Hopefully they do well. Unfortunate that this one doesn't get the 6%, but it is what it is, right? Here's where I tried to chop and change it so we could get 6%, but it just wasn't working. So yeah, and then we do actually, tell a lie, we do have one more squad, and it's just the All-Star. I don't really tend to talk about the All-Star teams that much in these videos anymore because I just put them out for XP or whatever. But yeah, they are all of our squads going into the weekend. Wish us luck. So there you have it, guys. There is Rags to Riches rounded up for the week. I will say, very, very unfortunate craft. I'm still gutted about that one, but the challenger side of things is looking up on the series, so I'm hoping that can drag us out of the bad omen that was the Mbappé miss, and hopefully it can repay us with hitting the 400 this weekend, and all the pain will go away because we'll get $25 from the hot streak, and of course, hopefully our Bundesliga sides do well, so our duo partners can get some cash as well as us. But yeah, if you guys have enjoyed the content here today, please do show me by leaving a like, subscribe if you're new, and we'll catch you guys in a future video. Peace.